Are you tired of multiplayer hunts where it seems like everyone else is carding but you? But you hate solo hunts because they take so long to finish? Well, this video is for you. I have combined two builds first posted by Rage Gaming Videos. This is specifically a Palamute build strategy that turns solo hunts into multiplayer hunts without the danger of your fellow players carding, and makes them much quicker. Stay tuned and get ready to go bonkers over this build. Bonk. Hello folks, it's me again, Captain of the Bonkers, Adoiser. I have another build for you, but this one is not your normal everyday build. This video may be a bit longer as I want to give you not only the build, but how you can unlock the gear you will need. Before we begin, we are a new channel, and as such, we need your help to grow. So if you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and bonk that like button, and consider subscribing if you want to see more of our videos in the future. I would also like to acknowledge Rage Gaming because without them, I would not have ever thought about this build. I will link the two build videos that I combined in the description of this video, also with a straight up link to Rage Gaming's channel in the cards towards the end of the video, so go check them out. Okay, now that I've given props to my buddies over at Rage Gaming, let's move on to this build. The main concept here is maximizing your buddies to help turn a solo hunt into a three-person hunt without the increased difficulty from fighting a multiplayer level monster. So how do we do this? It is simply a case of making our buddies into a damage and status machine. So let's start off with your buddies. How do you maximize their damage and their status all at the same time? Well, you use the new buddy skill lesson system in Sunbreak. With this system, we can basically build our buddies any way we want. I recommend two Palamutes for this, as that is where I've found the most damage and status buildup, thanks to the new Palamute Silkbinder gear. This can be unlocked in early Master Rank. After Master Rank 2, the Gatlin, the Researcher, will give you the side quest Palamute Gear Power-Up. All you need to do is kill some Geiger, I think that's how it's pronounced, don't quote me, but you know, and collect 2 Steel Gouger Whiskers. So, get that done, and then equip 2 Palamutes with the new Silkbinder and Large Shuriken. We use the Shuriken for better range damage, and the Silkbinder also has great range damage, but it will also make it easier for wyvern riding, as well as silk binding the monster occasionally. Now that we've got the gear, we need to get the buddy skill lesson system. At Master Rank 4, talk to Nagi the buddy agent, and he will give you the side quest buddy commitment. All you have to do is increase 3 buddy skill memory to 8 using Eureka Corns. You'll need 2 Palamutes at 8 for this build, so just find one more buddy and increase them to 8 as well. And boom, you have your 3. This unlocks the buddy skill lesson system, which allows you to teach your buddies any skill that you have on any buddy in your reserve list. You may have to cycle through buddy recruits and hire new ones with the specific skills you need. You'll also have to make sure you level those buddies up until they unlock the skill that you need, but that is easy in Sunbreak. Just pop them in the buddy dojo and go die in the arena a few times to cycle through and get them some quick levels. So, the skills you want for this are as follows. Status attack up, super important for building up status and getting some nice openings for damage. Ranged attack up large for more attack, and ranged centric. This is very important. It's a new skill in Sunbreak. It's pretty easy to find in my experience. It does require buddy level 35 to unlock, so make sure you get it on a buddy that's close to 35 and then just pop them a couple more levels. This is going to give you a pretty good Palamute by itself, but by adding 1 level 5 skill to your own build and a single Rampage Jetgo, you will make them almost like having 2 more hunters in your group. Okay. So now we need to talk weapon. In Rage Gaming's video, Josh suggests either sleep or paralysis. I am going to say that from my testing, sleep is the winner. I thought because of the fact that sometimes your buddies accidentally wake the monsters, paralysis would be better. But sleep has a long animation that gives you free damage before the sleep takes effect, which is almost as long as a paralysis. And sleep activates more. Plus, those times when they do stay asleep, you get the double damage wake up. It's a win-win. So, what sleep weapon is going to be the best? The Disasteru Bell, of course. You can get the Master Rank version by completing the side quest Cursed Buddy Gear from Sue the Researcher. You'll need a Zenogre Electrofur and a Mitsuzune Purple Pell. Easily obtainable materials from both those monsters. As for Palamute armor of choice, I would go with whatever the strongest one you've got is. The more defense, the better. Alright, now we need to set up our hunter. You can really set up this build with any weapon you want. For this build, I'm using my hunting horn as it gives more attack and defense to my buddy. And I am a hunting horn main anyway, so I'm used to bonking monsters with hunting horns. I have also used it with hammer. I will leave it up to you how to adjust for your weapon. Just remember the integral skill here that I talked about earlier is going to be wide range 5, allowing you to buff your palamutes and heal them as well. Now, if you would like to use my little comfy hunting horn build here, pay attention below, and I'm going to go through that right now. Otherwise, whatever armor you've got, whatever armor you want to use, I'll leave a link to the builder that I use, and you can just plug in whatever skills you want and see what you can get. Anyway, on to my build. And if you want to use this build, please feel free. It's really working well for me. It's got decent damage and great survivability. I am using the Kimura Rarity 10 weapon, which has some purple sharpness and a decent attack. Plus comes with a level 4 and a level 2 jewel slot. And the most important part of this weapon is the rampage slot. To make your palamutes into hunters, you must slot in the Buddy Rally Rampage deco, which incidentally is only a level 1, so you can literally put it on any master rank weapon. For the head armor, we're using Astalos Helm. Now the torso and the gloves are both going to be Professor set. Now the gloves are going to give you all 3 levels of Divine Blessing, which for me is the most valuable defensive skill in the game. Gives you 50% of the time you take 50% damage. That can easily save you from carding. This armor is unlocked through the follower quest, specifically Rondine's follower quest. You will need to be Master Rank 5 and have completed a Muddy Revival, which is her first follower quest, and Into the Jungle Deep, which is her second. Then she will give you the quest A Cold Wind Blows, which will pitch you and Rondine against a Master Rank Kushala Daora. Once you defeat this Kushala, she will give you the blueprints to unlock the Professor set. Now back to the set itself, we've got the waist and the legs. They're both going to be Malzeno, because you can't go wrong with Malzeno, and it's going to give you that all-important Blood Right, which if you break parts, and with Hunting Horn it's easy to break parts using your Silk Bind, and especially Sonic Bloom. For the talisman of this build, I do have what you would consider a God Charm. It's an attack boost 3, recovery up 2 with a 1 slot. Now, you can modify this a little bit and just throw in anything with a level 3-2-1 or 2-2-1 talisman. Now, you would lose 3 attack, go down to attack 4, but you could keep recovery up, or you can sacrifice recovery up altogether and just slot in the 3 attack, 2 on the talisman, and 1 in place of the medicine jewel that I have below. Either way, it will still be a really good build. It depends if you want more healing or a little bit more attack, depending on your playstyle. For the decorations on this build, I have a few that are endgame and need anomaly materials. The earplug jewels, I think, are the only one in this build. So if you have that available, I'll list them in a second. If you don't, then as long as you can reach wide range 5, then you can play around with your build to suit your situation and your weapon. My decos are as follows: 2 attack 2 jewels, 1 defense 1 jewel, 1 earplug plus 4 jewel, 3 grinder 1 jewels, 1 medicine 2 jewel, 3 drain 1 jewels, 1 hard friendship plus 4 jewel, 1 friendship 2 jewel, 1 sonorous 1 jewel, only needed if you're using Hunting Horn, and 1 steadfast 1 jewel. This gives me attack boost 7, defense boost 6, wide range 5, earplugs 5, recovery up 3, divine blessing 3, speed sharpening 3, stun resistance 3, stamina thief 3, hunger resistance 2, Blood Right 2, Extra Healing when hitting broken parts, remember. Weakness Exploit 1, Chain Crit 1, Part Breaker 1, and Horn Maestro 1. Whew, I know that was a lot of information, and we went over a lot. I'm glad you stuck around for it all. This build is super comfortable for me. I soloed Scorn Magnum Aloe in 21 minutes with only one cart with this build, which is pretty good when you consider how much damage he does. The 2 fights in the background, I fought regular Magnum Aloe in 7 minutes, I think, and Afflicted Anjanath in 11 minutes. So, doesn't have the highest damage, but my Sonic Bloom still does over 1k damage, so I call it a win. With earplugs, I can take advantage of the roar because I don't flinch. So while the monster roars and is standing still, I can beat on it. The major exception is Tigrex, since his roar also does damage. Alright, I believe I've kept y'all long enough. So go out and make this build so you can hunt with true buddies. If you have any questions, comment down below. I read all the comments and I'll try and respond. Enjoy bonking them monsters with this build. Until next time, this is Adoiser signing off. And remember, keep bonking.